Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Deca Debrief. This is the third episode. We're going to talk about the state of Realm of the Mad God in the content creation landscape. Please welcome our lovely guests, Bickerybox12 and Sebchoof.
Hello.
How's it going? Sebchoof here.
Before we get into our episode, I want to thank our sponsors, the Nexus Network. This includes Craigslist Trading, Fame Train, Realm of the Mad God, Ideas Discord, Fungal and Crystal Caverns, Pest Control, and Dungeoneer Exalt. I also want to give a thank you to our patrons. You guys keep this podcast going. With that, let's get right into the episode. The first thing we're discussing is Realm of the Mad God content. As you know, recently, Deca's announced they're officially partnering with content creators from both Twitch and YouTube. The first thing I want to ask is, Sebchoof, what does being an official Deca Twitch partner entail? And are there any details you can talk about right now?
Yeah, it's actually really awesome. So the benefits of being a Deca partner is they give you like monthly gold and STs to give away to the community. So it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to make contests out of that, or I think we're allowed to do that. We'll see. I don't know about the pure details. And also they're going to give us access to early content like before it's released, which will be a lot of fun since I had so much fun with O3. And they're also going to... They gave us access to a Discord where we can communicate better with the Deca GMs, which is definitely an issue that we had before. And what was the fourth thing? There was a fourth thing. Surely Talwar can help me with this.
Oh, let me pull that up.
Wait, it was keys. Yeah, they give you key packs. That's
right,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Keys, that goes into the community stuff.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to say stuff on that now? I wasn't sure how they...
Yeah, Amos has said that in the Discord.
Okay, we can reveal the...
Or I'm big busted, one of those two.
Well, I
one
know
of those two.
Yeah.
Maybe someone hacked his account and said yes, but hopefully that's not the case.
And he's streaming it, so... It's not even like we can cut it out.
So everybody run.
Oh god.
You can't run from Deca.
But yeah, it's amazing. It's a good feeling. I can't wait to... I've gotten so much publicity lately because of like the Twitch partnership and stuff, and it's just all cascading. So it's only down from here, guys. It was nice knowing you.
Ride the high.
We're all fired. It's over.
You're fired.
The next thing I want to ask is if there's anything that you guys want to see from Deca, from this partnership, that they haven't already offered or put forward yet.
I don't know, honestly. I asked one of the mods if they could give me any items on testing. Surprisingly, they said no. Who wouldn't do that? Other than that, I don't know. I don't know if they could help me much. The testing thing is really good. Oh, and they give everything, all of the benefits they already given me is pretty much what I was looking for. I don't know, is there anything that you were thinking, Hayes?
I want a sound effect every time I Nexus that says see ya.
Oh my god. That would be the damn best, actually.
That's really all I can ask. I could probably quit.
There's one thing that I was hoping for that they couldn't give me. Because like, you know how sometimes they do like crazy events, like Spencer made a video recently where they spawned all 3 Oryxes.
Yeah,
like
that
the different
cool.
types. I wish they could do like, because I've got like this really high-end guild where we just do crazy stuff. I was hoping that they could let us fight 2 voids at the same time, but apparently they can't. Damn.
Oh really? Is that like a they can't, or they don't want to? Like
I'm pretty sure it's they don't want to, but I don't know, because like there's been times where admins have been doing crazy stuff for me. Like I've got a video where I was rushing dungeons and he was literally just spawning lethal things on me all the time. So
wow,
so
yeah.
surely
it's fun, that's for sure.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't think there's any other benefits that I was looking for.
It would really just be getting to use or at least test out exclusive content before it comes out, or the stuff, yeah, all the UTs that we can't get normally, or maybe like unused stuff, like the admin sword. It would just be fun stuff like that. In terms of like related to content, I think they've covered all the ground for that, because they've got the keys, we're going to do giveaways, they got the testing server. That's really it.
Oh, also, TechMech gave me the best idea ever that they haven't done. Gold referrals. How amazing would that be? I'm so sad I didn't put that in my initial email.
What was it?
But I think that's an amazing idea. Gold referrals.
Oh.
Like, in like games, like I haven't played Fortnite before. I think Fortnite does have that. But basically what you would do is you put like someone's code when you're buying gold, and it would give them like a commission.
Oh.
I think that's how it works. Pretty sure. Okay. I wasn't expecting them to do anything, to be honest. So anything's better than what I expected.
Yeah, I wasn't going to ask them. I'd like to be paid.
Yeah.
I knew that was
Yeah.
out of the question. Unless you want to pay me in realm gold. That's really...
That's where it's going anyway.
Yeah, because they have unlimited realm gold. They could just give us whatever they want. Yeah, let me spin the box. I just want to spin the box.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another box opening video.
I would gladly do one of those a month if I was provided the funds.
You got $50 worth. I mean, like, yeah, do like
Yeah.
the Garden and Ninja pack or like the
I
April
just want
number
skins.
7. In the current state of Realm, is it currently possible to make a full-time living from content creation, say through YouTube or Twitch? And what would it take to make that a possibility?
Depends on what you mean by a full-time living, because I really want to do Realm full-time. And I think the point that I'll do it is when I start making more from Realm than my current job. This would sound like boasting, but my job pays me really well. But the downside of it is it's really yuck. Like, I sell insurance, so it's like high pressure and you're always stressed. So it's questionable whether it's worth the pay. But at this stage, I'm doing both, and I think it depends on like how much you're looking to make. Like, I think earning a living, like a survivable living, is definitely very possible. It takes a lot of hard work, and I think it's going to become easier in the future as Realm grows. I think it's going to become really easy actually as Realm grows. You just got to find a way to be unique. But yeah, I think it's definitely possible, and yeah, I want to do this full time in the future for sure. Wait, did that answer your question? I don't know.
Close.
Yeah, the bigger that the game gets, the more potential it definitely has. Depends where you live. Depends on what kind of expenses you're talking about.
Yeah, because it's a lot better for Australians. Like, being an Australian Twitch streamer compared to American is so much better. Like, you get 50% more because of the exchange rate.
Wow.
Because we're worth so little. So great.
Incredible. Well, there you go.
I love being worthless.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think as the game grows, and so do we as content creators, and that's something I really appreciate about Deca's efforts, because I know that we'll do better once the game starts growing. I'd really like to see some new players start playing the game. I've seen a lot of like white names running around until they removed the unnamed account feature, but before that, I saw so many white names like running around Godlands. I'm like, oh my god, there's like, I've never seen this before. White dots on the map? That new players never play this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I loved them because there were some people that used the white names to achieve like crazy accounts. I miss those. Those are damn funny. But yeah, it's so cool to see how many people are playing now. I noticed that when you get Twitch partner, you get like shown on the front page of Twitch. And I just have so many random people coming to my stream now that try the game. So it's really exciting to see how much we're going to grow just from the content creation.
That's great.
And there's also people asking why am I playing such a garbage game.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I can't answer that question.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
Let me get back to you on that one.
Jokes, I love it.
In the current state of Realm of the Mad God, do you think hacking has a negative impact on the community? Maybe like directly or indirectly? What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I'm not sure because I think it definitely changes the game because it's intended that there's supposed to be a permadeath mechanic. So it's pretty gross that people abuse that, and like there's some people that don't. They're not affected by that. And there's also a lot of people that use other mechanics that make it a lot easier to farm dungeons. So like there's a lot of crappy players that just farm endgame dungeons really efficiently without any danger. But I don't know how much that actually affects people that aren't hacking. I mean, it makes it like the whites that you get from those dungeons, it makes them like a lot less devalued since like MMOs are basically about flexing. I'm probably going to make another... Did you guys see that hacking video I made ages ago? Like 9 months ago?
I don't remember.
It like blew up on Reddit for a week. And
Maybe I did.
Realm, it ended up getting... I ended up getting a response from Deca because everyone was raging so much. But I'm probably going to make another video about hacking in the future because right now the reason why I made it initially is there was a Discord that abused hacks and they like put like the hacked updates in each update. I don't know if you guys remember. Do you guys know the Discord maximum efficiency?
Yes.
So that's basically a Discord that I killed because I made that YouTube video and then it got a lot of people banned. Like there were heaps of hackers that spent like so much on the game, so much time, but they were like devoted to spreading hacks. So I got them I basically got them banned and that Discord banned. But now there's a new Discord that has a lot of the similar players called Wonderland. They have a lot of the similar stuff and they're heavily based on having hacking members so that they don't have to risk characters and stuff. Like their requirements are so ridiculously high in runs when it comes to equipment because they have no danger of dying. So we'll see what we can do about that. Like, they're not as bad as Max Efficiency because I think Max Efficiency didn't have any concern about getting banned because at that state, Deca was so like, they weren't acting at all against hackers. There was some crazy stuff I put in my video. Like, I put 5 different cases, and the most crazy case I put in there was there was a case where someone was overtly hacking, and like, he wanted to test a limit of how much he could hack publicly without getting banned. So what he did was he sent videos to Deca showing himself hacking, and he also wanted to quit, but he was addicted. And no matter what he would do, he couldn't get banned. And like, at some stage, Deca asked for the person's payment histories just to verify it was actually him. He did all of that. And then later on, Deca ended up banning him, but they said it was a permaban, and they said at any stage, if he wants to get unbanned, just contact them. So very interesting permaban.
Wow.
It's an odd situation. I mean, like, I can see why they reacted the way they did. They would be really skeptical if somebody just like came up, like, if somebody was like
really
trying to
weird.
spoof someone else, go like, hey, I'm Sebchoof, and this is me using crazy client. You want to ban me?
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is really weird. But if you want to catch that video, it is on a porn site right now since everyone likes to take it down.
Oh, wow, that's
That's
convenient.
the only way to watch that one.
Just save that for later.
Yeah, this will be my material tonight.
Yeah, that was definitely a big point in my, because when I made that video, I was like still a lot small, like I only had 2,000 subs, but that video ended up getting like 20k views in the first 24 hours, and then it got taken down twice because it got so much hate. I mean, it didn't get that much hate, it was just the people that were at risk were scared or something, I think.
Yeah.
I do think there are a lot of things hackers do. I wouldn't call this a hacker exclusive, but duping has been a thing in this game for a long time. It always springs back up. And so I'm a graphic artist for a couple places that I won't name right now. Or one of them's fine because it's like they're a pretty big Discord. I do graphics for Wonderland. I actually didn't know about the whole hacker controversy. But there's one person in particular that contacted me about doing thumbnails, and they said they would pay me like 2 or 3 decas per thumbnail, and it kind of gave me the impression that they didn't get them legitimately, and they probably didn't RWT for them. Otherwise, they would be paying me in actual money. So I feel like they might have duped them.
I don't like to assume any items are duped because I think most decas in the game are duped. Like, that's definitely a reality, but it's only done by like so few people. But yeah, a couple of things. I've got a really interesting insight into duping because there was this duper that memed me. He was like offering me dupes. He's like, I was talking crap about hackers on my stream and duping, and then he was watching, and then he was just like, by the way, if you do want any dupes, just message me. I'd be happy to do it for you. And so we just started a general conversation of that, and I found out some really crazy things. Like, apparently duping in the game is still a really big thing that Deca can't really stop. He's only slightly concerned about Unity becoming a thing, because apparently even still with Unity, he's going to be able to do it, and he makes so much money. And you'd be surprised at the amount of people that dupe. But he was being really honest with me. Like, of course, he couldn't tell me any names, but there's no like high-profile players that dupe or anything. Like, no one in the 2 guilds, JHG and Lana Del Rey, have ever contacted him about it. Oh, and another thing, yeah, a lot of people don't know much about Wonderland's history. I got heaps of people banned that were organizing MaxF. Like, I don't know if you guys recognize like Subserver, Metabolism, and Trent Hour, but they were really big names at the time. And one person that I wanted to ban was this guy called Suicide. He didn't get banned, and he changed his name ever since, but he was actually the person who founded Wonderland.
Oh man, he's the guy who hired me.
It comes full circle.
Yeah, and like a big controversy right now, so many people are begging me right now to make another hacking video. Like, they're begging me so much, because right now, fame's a big problem. Like, I've never cared about fame. Like, I think anyone, controversial opinion, but I think anyone that thinks fame is correlated with experience and skill is pretty dumb.
Which is
because it's so
ironic.
easy to get fame. But basically, it's so easy to get fame, and now fame is so cheated. I don't know if you guys know about the voting situation. I mean, the only way that it was really expressed to the public is through that video that you guys didn't see. But basically, what people can do is they can use a hacked client to connect to a realm that doesn't exist. Like, you know how it says Cyclops and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
They can use cheats to connect to realms that no one else can access. So that way they can like do this thing where they like get people to follow one person using a hack client feature. So basically just one person playing the game, everyone else is auto-aiming. And they use like other accounts to stand in specific parts in Godland to abuse the spawns, and that way they can get like 40 fame per minute, or maybe even more.
I've heard about it, but people haven't gone too in-depth to it. I feel like it may have something to do with the Ghost Realm issue that's been hitting Realm recently.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Yeah, so they're probably just entering Ghost Realms or something of the sort.
Yeah. Yeah, so people wanted me to make a video about that, but I've never cared about Fame, to be honest, because from a very early age, Fame has always been like cheater dominated. Like the all-time leaderboards has always been flooded with cheaters, except since like 2012. That was the last point where there was heaps of legit players. But yeah, I've never cared because I didn't think people, like, I'm so surprised because I always thought no one in the world would look at Fame and judge someone's experience and skill level by Fame. But apparently there are people that do. So I might make another video in the future, but we'll see.
Love to see it, since I didn't get to see the first one. Actually, it's not, I think somebody linked that before in the Tight Army Discord like a while back. So I know that it existed.
There was a week where like half the Reddit posts were based on that, and Deca were forced to respond, so they did. And they actually made a lot of positive changes. Like a lot of changes that I brought were before the video. You would have to commit 3 of the same hacking offense to get banned instead of 3 different hacking offenses. So for example, someone could dupe twice, someone could auto nexus twice, someone could use auto aim twice, someone could just do two of each other hacking things, and they would never get banned because they didn't do 3 of the same thing. But they made it that they now can do 3 of any of them and they'll get banned permanently. Also, back in the day, before I made that video, permabans weren't actually permabans. It was like, I think it was 600 days. So that was the longest a ban could possibly be, but they made it indefinite now. Also, they did do a big duper wipe. They banned over 50 accounts, which is really good. I forgot what else they changed from that video, but yeah, it's really good that they made those changes.
Yeah.
Hopefully they do more. Because I don't know if you guys know, but there's already hacks for Unity as well, like working ones.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, it's just code injection.
I mean, I'm really dumb when it comes to software, so that surprised me a bit.
It's definitely a little bit harder. I mean, decompiling Flash and then recompiling it with features that you would want, it's quite a bit easier. So I guess it knocks more developers off of the table for hacks. And once Flash is gone, maybe we'll see a lot less hackers. Who knows? Because people won't need to use hacks for full screen. They won't need anti-lag anymore. Which I know there are so many players that use it purely because they have a hard time running Flash, or they just want to be able to see more of the screen, which is completely fair.
Mm.
I think those are fair assertions. Yeah,
I'm really excited to see how it changes, because I just want a lot of people to stop being nooblings and actually learn the game. That would be nice.
Play the game, yeah. Play the game that we're all playing.
I also like to see skill get more recognized, because I don't know if you guys have seen a lot of last year, the reason why, like, I was a big name before I started YouTubing and Twitch because I was really into Lost Halls speedrunning. Have you guys seen much of that in the past?
I've seen a little bit, yeah.
Yes.
Of you doing the thing, going the halls.
It was a lot of fun, and I had a lot of fun even competing against hacker discords for a while. Like, there was a few discords that heavily abused players that hacked, like MCH, MaxF, and now Wonderland. But yeah, it just got to a point because like they're able to do so many more runs since they have more keys and effusions. Yeah, it's like so RNG based now, so it's not too fun. But it was fun while it lasted against legit players. Hopefully, I'm really hoping that more legit guilds start speedrunning in the future because they're a lot of fun. But yeah, now people look at the hacked runs and they're like, wow, that's amazing. So I hope hacks go just so people can actually properly appreciate when there's skill in the game.
It's a handicap. Yeah, if you put it in its purest form, it's just kind of a handicap for players that aren't as good. I'm not going to say they're dog shit players, they've probably been playing for a while, but
yeah,
it definitely does close that gap between like veteran players and like mid-tier.
And it's against the rules.
And it's against the rules.
It's cheating, yeah.
Yes.
It's technically cheating. It is an unfair advantage. I am looking forward to seeing blockchaining though, because that should start putting not a halt to duping, but it'll make it a lot more difficult. You guys saw the blockchaining announcement, right?
What exactly is it?
So blockchaining is, I want to skip all the technicalities and just say it's a way of putting a unique ID on an item that's a little bit more complex. There's like a whole process to it, but it's basically putting a unique ID to an item. And they did a partnership with a company that's pretty good at developing blockchaining. And so they're working on that for items, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that implemented to the servers, or player data, or wherever items are stored.
Yeah, that would be really awesome. I kind of gave up on Deca doing things against hacking and duping because I don't think they care too much. Like, they were pretty much forced to take action before because of my video. But I also don't think they know how to do it because I couldn't tell you how to stop hackers and stuff. They're still a new company, so I can't blame them too much. But yeah, hopefully they do more in the future. There was a massive ban wave of dupers before. Maybe they can do that again. I heard that they were doing like assigning codes to items so that if they do see multiple, they can ban them. But I'm not 100% sure about the specifics on that.
Yeah, that'll be the whole blockchaining thing.
Oh,
sort
okay,
of.
that might be it. Okay.
I'm really looking forward to it because I really don't like RWT sites. They make the game economy kind of crap. Like,
Yeah.
you've seen how far Decas have fallen. Their worth isn't as high as they used to be.
Yeah, so true. It's actually really interesting to think about what price they would be if they weren't duped, because the only way you can get them is through like the drops in Crystal Cave and Bubble Cave,
Yeah.
I think. So it would be insane how rare they would be.
I mean, I imagine, because I've never gotten them before, and I don't know very many people that have gotten them, and have run so many Crystal Caverns. I assume, I don't want to make an assumption on this, but I feel it would be fair to assume that at least more than half of Decas are duped, if not much more, just because of how valuable they are to dupe.
I think like 95% because they're just so hard to get. Like before the Crystal Cave, and the Crystal Cave hasn't been out for quite a while compared to how long Decas have been out for. There was only like 1 month during the year where tier 6 health rings dropped as Decas, so that would be the other way that you could get them.
Oh yeah, during the time of Shatters. I've actually never gotten a Deca as a drop in general. I've gotten
Me
more
either.
like Sea-Dirks than Decas.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
it's
is-
so rare.
Got neither, but yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Well, you better get yourself a Sea-Dirk, 'cause
I
I got
better.
mine yesterday.
Hurry up, Talwar, just get
I
it.
just gotta fight it. One more
only
cube.
taken you a
I
while.
swear, just one more cube.
Just one more cube.
It's been 8 years I've been telling myself that.
That's actually crazy.
It's like Yin with his jug.
Yeah,
Oh, Yin hasn't got a jog ever.
somehow I've gotten 2 of those.
Damn.
He streamed for the first time once, like a while back, and he's like, "Oh, let's go do this hermit."
Me?
And a white
Yeah,
jug just
I
dropped.
streamed twice and I
Yeah.
got a jug on the second.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
That was fun. And then I was like, all right, I'm done. That's the luck has run out.
And there's the one.
Thank you so much, Deca.
There's the one you
Oh my
got for
God.
3 speed as well. God knows how much luck that took.
I think I left a speed on the ground whenever that happened. Oh, wow, the joke goes on even more.
It goes further. Just wait.
Wait, does that mean you left 20% of a jog on the ground? Unlucky.
Exactly, yeah. I left it as an
Almost-
offering,
almost-
and I traded 5
almost
speed
could've
for
got another
one. I can't believe it. I can't believe they're linked.
Oh my god, it comes full circle.
Yeah, that makes sense now. I don't know who picked up on that.
Hopefully they become tradable again so you can buy some more.
That'd
for
be
5 speed
excellent.
each.
I feel like they want to actually make, people always say that there's going to be UT trade weekend, or like when Duping's gone, or, when blockchaining's added. I don't think they can at this point. The community's so against it as well.
Yeah, I know, it's
Just
crazy.
been so damaged. Like, with the Decas thing, like, since 95% of them are duped, in my opinion, they just can't, I think.
Yeah, they cannot while Duping's around.
Yeah, because there were some players in the game that, like, duped so many white bags, actually crazy.
Yeah, there's so many accounts that have like 16 Oreos or like 24 Ogmers because they got it as a drop on an alt, and they're like, "Oh, let's dupe it. That sounds like a good idea."
Like, there was
I'm
a player that
hungry.
was able to get, he spent, like, thousands of dollars to get a duper to dupe him thousands of epic chests back in the day. You guys might recognize Arcani. Do you guys know that guy?
Yeah.
Arcani, that name's familiar.
Yeah, I got him big permabanned because he was
Ah.
duping epic chests. He got 200k base fame in one day, or something like that.
See the guy
I'm
that
doing
died
that.
at the end sitting?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I remember that.
I think that might have played a factor, but yeah.
I feel like there might be a pattern here.
That was a long time ago too.
Let's move on to talking about Exalt. So, the frequent disconnect errors seem to persist, as they always do. A lot of people have speculated there are problems between the server and the client, just because the servers have been built for Flash, but besides the point, are there any frequent bugs that you guys have been experiencing with the Exalt client? Anything prevalent, game-breaking, maybe kill your character in a void for no reason?
Oh, did you guys see that actually?
Yeah.
That was so funny. Other than that, there's nothing game breaking. I think they might have fixed that already, but yeah, the disconnects are really frustrating. Like just then, it's funny that you bring that up because I just disconnected from a skull shrine and I was doing a silent rage on screen, so you could only see it from my webcam. I'm only trying to get a conflict, so it has to just happen.
Oh,
But
that's right.
yeah, other than that, the disconnects have fixed up a lot, so it's not too bad.
I haven't been running into too many disconnect issues, thankfully. Does the issue still happen where if you Nexus and then it loads forever and then you end up dying because you didn't X out? Does that happen in Exalt?
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's worse than Exalt.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
it's a lot worse in Exalt. I've seen numerous videos
Thank
of
you,
people
Chillwood,
like
I love
dying
you.
from Philippine Nest. Like they Nexus at 100, but it's lawnmower phase and they're dead.
Okay. Dang, I thought that would have been fixed.
I mean, I think it will be fixed, but there's so much Deca has to do. I'm pretty impressed with how much they've done, honestly, with the Exalt client, but still quite a bit to go.
Yeah, it's still definitely a work in progress, and that's fine. I mean, the whole facelift was enough to be excited about. But yeah, hopefully more quality of life stuff comes.
I really like being able to use the Exalt client, although I still have some issues with disconnects. What was happening pretty recently, it was like yesterday morning, I was doing some events, and I went to a Lottle, and I got hit by one of the red shots when he was exploding. Thank God I didn't get a white bag, but it ended up disconnecting me when I got hit by one of the red shots for whatever reason, or maybe it was just convenient timing. And then I went to a Skull Shrine, same thing happened, I got hit with one of the bullets from the Skull Shrine, and then I disconnected. And I don't know, they weren't the disconnects like you start rubber banding because your internet's bad and then it disconnects you. It was just a straight up like error protocol 5.
It's so annoying. Yeah, I hate when that happens so much. It used to be so much more common, but it's getting better.
I mean, yeah, all we can really say is just fix it. I mean, I don't really, there's no way to
Just fix it.
like, like we can't even really say anything more on that. Just report it and see what they can do.
We're not programmers. We can just say what's wrong. Just please do something.
Yeah.
It seems like it's only down to the DCing now. Like I think everything else has been polished. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything.
Yeah, are people still having an issue of like even being able to load in? I remember on like day 1, like half the people couldn't even get into the game.
Yeah, I know there's a very small portion of players that can't get into the game now. Yeah, I think other than that, it's pretty good. Like I remember there was so many errors at the beginning. I actually only started playing Unity mostly very recently because of all the DCing and issues.
Right.
I was just playing on Flash. Yeah, like majority of the time.
Would you say the client's been up to par for expectations? Do you feel like it's done worse than you first expected it to be like when it was first announced? Because people thought Unity was going to be the end-all. Did it subvert your expectations in a bad or good way?
I'm going to be honest, my expectations were ground low. They were ground low. I did not think Deca could do such a... I reckon they did a good job for what I expected. But yeah, I think it's still going to improve a bit. It hasn't even officially released yet, so...
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah, do we even know how long it'll be in beta? Have they insinuated that it might be short or long, or...?
I think with the rate that it's going, my guess is it's going to come out at Month of the Mad God, because it's just such convenient timing.
Yeah, it's only in a couple months, right? Or a few?
Yeah. I think 2 months. 2 or 3
It's like
months.
August, right?
Yeah, August.
Okay. If the game could be fully fixed up by then, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, if it happened during Motmig, or rather, if the beta were still a thing during Motmig, can you imagine how many events, like some random glitch would happen and we'd get Ice Cave 2.0? Or, not Ice Cave, Ice Tomb 2.0. Do you remember that?
That
Oh.
was gross. But yeah, I can't really complain too much, but it would have been funny if, like, because the very first part, who here was eligible to play the first Exalt? Like, the one that you had to pay for.
Oh, yeah.
Did any of you guys do the campaign?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was there for that.
Oh god, that was horrible. That was horrible.
Funny enough,
It was fun to try.
I think it might be different. Do you play on Steam or Flash?
Oh, I play on Flash.
Okay, I think it's very different because my performance actually hasn't really changed at all from the first day, aside from there were a lot more disconnects on day 1, but even then it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
So I think there is a significant difference between the two platforms. But I was playing at that time, and I heard the horror stories I saw.
Yeah, there was just so many, I don't know what to call them. Like, not quality of life issues. I don't know.
It's technical
There was
problems.
just so many weird things. Like, the one that I remember the most, which was so funny, was like seeing upside down text everywhere.
Oh yeah,
Still happens.
I still get the backwards
Still
text. Yeah.
Yeah, true. It does happen rarely. But it was so common before. It was like more common to see upside down text than not upside down, if it was like...
Some days it feels like it happens more often than others. Like this one time I was leveling in a UDL with my sorcerer, and I was just walking around the UDL, and sometimes the XP text would be backwards, upside down, or both, or it would be tiny, or
Weird.
moderately big, or huge. It just... all the text varied for some reason that day. I don't know why. And this was on the latest build.
I like how the level up text spins in a circle.
I like that. It actually looks pretty nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I have to see if you can still do this, but I don't know if you guys saw that video that I made, but you can do this thing where you can make all sprites upside down while still having the rest of the game
I heard about
right
that.
side up.
I heard about you doing that.
Yeah, that was so funny. That was so funny. I'm checking now if you can still do it. I forgot how to do it though, damn it. Oh, I also did a video. Did you know how you did that zoom in video, Talwar? I also rushed lost all zoom in. That was interesting time.
Wow, yeah. I'm sure the quality was super crisp.
That was disgusting.
Did you die?
My brain. I died 4 times trying, but I also killed the boss.
Congratulations. At least you made
Was it worth it? That's a real question.
It's a borderline blindfold challenge.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I have a friend that suggested, because I had to do it like you couldn't possibly do solo NBC with it on mid when you're fully zoomed in. So I did it like off zoom, so you can't even see your character when it's off zoom. I'm sure you've experienced that before.
Yeah.
So you can see a tiny bit in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a friend that was recommending me to use cult staff and have it backwards, so you can't see anything hitting you.
Oh
that
my
would be the
gosh.
worst thing ever.
Yeah. Well, can you even point behind your character to shoot it?
Yeah, because you can see like behind you, but the point of it is that you can't see where you're shooting.
Oh,
so
okay.
in front of you, yeah, you can't see any shots
it's
coming.
that way. Got it.
That'll be the ultimate hard mode.
Yeah, if you have that many cult staffs to waste.
You got to use the mini map to see if the red dots go away.
That's cheating.
Oh. Yeah, that'd be so.
Yeah, it blocks out your whole UI when you zoom in.
Yeah,
that'd be funny.
Next up on the list is Oryx 3. So I'm sure both of you have attempted Oryx's new stage, maybe tried to rush it, or at least watched someone play it. What are your thoughts so far in the dungeon?
So amazing. I think it's my favorite dungeon, and it hasn't even been released yet. Yeah, they just did such a good job, like so much boss variety. I think the dungeon is a bit stale itself, like the clearing up to the boss. It would be really cool if they can somehow lock the doors behind you, because it's just like you could do it at any pace, and it's not threatening at all.
That's fair.
So I think that's the only part they can really polish, but the bosses are so amazing.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, initially I thought it was going to be like you had to fight all 4 of the bosses just to get to Oryx, but I know that would probably take too long, and that would be a little tedious to get to the point. Maybe, I don't know. They could try that on a testing if they wanted to do that again, but I can understand only wanting to do 1. Clearing, I do like how it's not too long at the very least. Like clearing up to Oryx 3 or the first boss isn't like Lost Halls level of length, which I think was good. But it could, like you said, maybe add something to spice it up instead of just feeling like you're clearing a linear shatters almost, where you're dragging enemies and just kind of picking them off. Because I like the enemies themselves. The enemies themselves, I think, are all really nice. And they all...
Yeah, they have so much depth. It's so awesome.
I mean, they all have... Are they 32-bit sprites now? Or what are they? What are those sizes?
Oh, I don't know. Those are definitely 16. I think the 03 is 32, but I think every single other one is 16. I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong.
Yeah, but there's some cool patterns in their great sprite work. I really like that. And yeah, all the bosses are really thought out. I think the only complaints people had was Luke Oryx was too easy to face tank on melee. Gemsbach just teleports so much that melees can't even hit him.
Oh god, that was so bad. That was painful. You know what the best strategy for that is? And it's so boring. You only shoot the middle, because he eventually comes to the middle and then tanks the shots that he can't dodge. It
kind of makes people have to station at each point and then just wait, which is a little annoying. Maybe if they put like a... Can you see on the minimap where he's going to go next? Like with a red dot? No? Okay. That might be...
It was instant.
That might be something to consider.
Less than a second. Yeah.
Or maybe he has a set teleport pattern or something. Slow him down a bit.
Yeah, the slowing him down would be the best thing, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's too
And
fast.
also, I think the red boss is amazing. Like, you can do him petless, damageless. Like, it's just all, like, it's perfect bullet hell with the red one. I think, which one? Is he the Chancellor? Yeah, the Chancellor.
Dama?
Like, that one's perfect. Perfectly done.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's my favorite. I love him.
Same with the yellow one. You can do that one. Like, I think it's really important to make it possible that you could do bosses damageless, because then it makes it that there's the bullet hell factor inside it.
I agree.
So I think you can do yellow damageless. I think you can technically do O3 damageless, although whoever does that deserves a Nobel Prize.
They should be given like something. They should be given like an actual physical trophy shipped to their house.
Yeah.
Just give them the game.
Give them the admin sword.
But I think the only complaint I have, like with the blue boss, I've done all of the bosses damageless and petless, but with the blue boss, that's the only one that's impossible to do damageless, except there's like one square that you can stand to regen. So I'm going to upload a video soon where it's just me, half the video is just me standing at this one square to regen, and then going back into tank, because it's literally impossible to do that one damageless.
Is that Luke Oryx?
Is that the blue one, the bishop?
Yeah, Archbishop.
Yeah, that's the
where
one.
He sits in the middle and he kind of has the candles around him.
Yeah, like I tried so hard to find a spot, like, but there's no place where you can even dodge quiet.
Yeah,
it's literally impossible.
Yeah, I've tried slowing down footage and like looking where there are spots, but the way that all the patterns overlap, it's hectic.
Yeah, it changes quite rapidly.
Yeah, and
also with the blue one, if you do have a pet, it becomes so disgustingly easy.
Yeah,
like compared to the other bosses.
Yeah,
I'm not sure why.
Yeah, on Paladin it was like, oh, I struggled with it on Wizard, had the Nexus, I think I died, and then Paladin, I was able to do it no problem solo. So bit of an imbalance.
If I was to
there.
recommend a change for the blue boss, they should make it that he has less shots but higher damage. I think that'll be the best they can do.
Yeah, because his fight kind of rewards close combat. You want to get really close to him, and melees already have an advantage because of the defense. Changing that up slightly to give ranged possible advantage there.
I had a recurring joke where on stream when I was doing that boss, I literally was doing the bosses, the blue one, in all of his phases without touching my mouse and keyboard most of the time. Wow. That's how dumb it is. Because you could stand in front of him, the pet would out heal the damage, but you would just get quieted and it's undodgeable. But it's low damage.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, beef it up a little bit, maybe armor pierce, armor break or something. I think some shots do armor pierce, but yeah, it's clearly not enough. But I mean, the fight itself is cool and fun. It's just awesome. It's just a little too easy to tank.
Yeah. Also, it's pretty interesting how the optimization of it, like it like freezes your computer at some phases.
Yeah. Whenever he transforms, yeah, I always freak out. Even though it's on testing, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but other than that, it's pretty good. I love Oryx 3. I really hope they don't make him easier, to be honest.
No, they do not need to.
And I've got a massive, I don't know where I sit about testing, but like I have a massive, what's it called?
Dong.
I don't know how, true, but as well as that, I don't know how I feel about testing, because testing allows players to gain so much experience from a boss before actually feeling the intended punishment of the game.
Yeah.
Like it would be really cool to see how soon someone would have done an O3 in prod if they didn't do testing for it. Because it's so hard. It even took people so long to do it in prod. In testing. So it would have been interesting to see. But like now that I did so much testing, it's going to be so disgusting how much of an advantage I have over players who didn't play testing.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So yeah, I don't know how I feel about testing, to be honest. I think it gives such an unfair advantage. And people always like learn to rush lost halls as well on testing because there's no punishment for death.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was trying.
I mean, I do recommend it for people that want to improve, but yeah, it's just like for people that didn't have the same access, it's not too fair.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully it's public, so everybody gets the chance, but I know some people couldn't even access testing, which was unfortunate. I don't know why that was.
It's so funny, because Deca actually disabled lost halls for majority of the testing, because I think so many people were abusing the fact that you could learn rushing that no one was actually testing out O3.
Oh, that's true.
Like so many people, were choosing that over O3.
What do we pay you guys for?
Not in Realm Gold.
I still haven't uploaded it yet, but I did a lot of attempts on O3 petless, like a lot. Like I tried it like 20 times at least.
Was it on Mystic again?
No, I did it on Bard because he had such a crazy heal. I got up to the last phase multiple times.
Wow, that's right, he has a heal.
Yeah,
I forgot
the
about
Bard's heal was, I think it was bugged actually.
that. Oh,
It was either bugged or you got so much whiz from the ST set that it made it crazy OP.
that's right.
Yeah, I ended up getting to the last phase multiple times, but it was just such a fight for endurance, like mental endurance. It was so painful for my brain because every attempt took me 20 to 30 minutes just in the Oryx free boss, not even counting the clearing time
Oh my
of
god.
the getting to O3.
Yeah, that's rough. Under normal circumstances, I think O3 is fairly untouchable when it comes to changes. Like, I think you can leave him as he is almost entirely.
I think they might have to change the fact that I could EP him and do 10% of his health. They might have to change that.
Perhaps.
But
Yeah.
but yeah, because that was a bit disgusting. Like, I think I might solo O3s if they keep that in.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, imagine if like everybody had one, you know? And there were like a bunch of people sitting on him. I wonder how the HP scaling would counteract that.
There's a HP limit to it. Like you could, I think it forces him into that shield phase after you deal a certain amount of damage. But it's just so gross because he could do 10% of his health or more in a few seconds. So I think they should really change that. But it is a really cool feature, like that you can stagger him and then he brings up the shield. That's so cool.
That is cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it gives me mad Dark Souls vibes.
Yeah, it feels a little deeper than what we're used to. It's like an enemy it has a brain. It's doing something. You know, it's reacting to us in a new way.
How are people going to get into the dungeon?
So you have to get free tokens that are extremely hard to get. I know one drops from Crystal Cave. I think one drops from... I'm not sure where they all drop. One drops from Janus Dungeons. One drops from Crystal Cave. I'm not sure where the third one drops. But they drop it at a rare rate. Like all three of them. So...
The new incantation.
Are those the runes that have been dropping for the events?
yeah.
Yeah, there's a sword, a helmet, something like that.
And the fact that it's so difficult. Like, that's why I was so keen to see it without testing. The fact that it's so hard to get in and that you have to, and that it's such a high difficulty. I was so curious to see how long it would take for people to finish one. Because it was pretty interesting how long it took people to do the first Void ever. I wasn't playing at the time. Like, I was watching from the sidelines, playing other games. But it took people quite a while to finish Void for the first time because there wasn't testing. But there was issues with there not being testing. Like, there was so many bugs with Lost Halls.
Oh, right. In the first iteration?
Yeah, that's like a reason for having testing for O3.
And 1.0 was kind of busted, like in a lot of ways.
But they did a really good job for O3. Like, I didn't find one bug. It's just like balancing things that can change.
Yeah. And he doesn't have what I like, there are no minions. It's just you and him. It's kind of nice. Nice to have a one-on-one fight. You got the 3 pillars, but that's it.
That's true. The minions are always so annoying.
Yeah, I like getting confused into a star and losing my 8-8 assassin. It's really fun.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's like the big difference between him and the Void. No minions. Instead, it's just light from the sky, which is pretty sweet.
I like that a lot more.
I think O3 is going to be my favorite boss fight and my favorite dungeon.
Honestly, yeah.
The boss fight's so interesting. Like, I have to applaud Deca whenever they make a fight where you can dodge every single shot. Because there's so many dungeons where, yeah, it's just bullet spam, like, undodgeable.
Yeah, to try and counter pets. But yeah, it's good. Just make it really hard, but possible. It's all it is.
And also the issue of Void is, like, it becomes, like, undoable at a very early point. Like, you only have to make a few mistakes for Void to become uncompletable. You can lose your whole raid, but you can still finish it solo technically, which would be such a good feeling. But if that happened in Void, there's no chance.
Right.
There's no chance.
Yeah. Is that because of the arena or the minions?
The minions.
A bit
Or
of both.
Both?
Yeah.
So couldn't they just maybe scale, like HP scale the number of
they
minions? Depending on how many people there are?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really should.
I don't think they scale down.
They don't scale down, yeah. Actually, wait, no, they do scale down. No, they do scale down. They just have such a high base health. I think the health scaling in the game is really bad. Like, I would distribute some of the base health to more scaling. Like, right now, it's 20% HP scaling for most late game enemies. I would honestly make it less base health and make it like 50% scaling to make things more possible to be soloable. And also make it that discords can't just steamroll dungeons. Because something that I really miss is like guild dungeons. Like, dungeons with like 20 people. But Discord's just made it so easy to farm for items.
That's true.
Yeah, it's just like sitting US East 2 during an event.
Wait for a
do the
key.
chest. Yeah,
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, another amazing idea I had that I really hope gets implemented is I hope they make majority of bullets piercing. Because one issue, have you guys done much full skips with Discords before?
Yes. I do a lot of Lost Halls full skips.
Yeah, like the main reason why that's possible is 99% of the bullets are not non-piercing. So it only takes like one player to tank the bullets, and then he just gets healed up straight away from the healing spam. If they take that away, like if they make most bullets piercing and full skips, I think it will actually make it a lot more challenging.
I think the biggest issue is actually no. Yeah, no, actually, yeah, that is a really big issue. I think the only piercing class, or not class, but the only piercing enemy would be the commander, right?
Yeah, and maybe Angry Boy.
No, his shots don't pierce anymore, I don't think.
It would be really cool because it would still make it that solo rushing would be a lot harder because you don't have so many people healing you, but at least it would make it like a lot more similar. And small rushes could be on par, which would be really fun. I'd be really keen to see people developers prioritize small raids more because guilds don't get any love, and that would be a way to make guilds more prominent.
Yeah. They did the guild keys things, and I think that was a step in the right direction. Although the core issue is just that everything's easier to run in a big group.
Which is why HP scaling was a thing, but...
I feel like they could do some type of exponential or like logarithmic scale.
They actually tested that in the new thing, by the way. Oryx 3 had some kind of exponential health scaling, though I'm not sure how it exactly works, but I was just told that they're using that sort of HP scaling.
It's honestly not that hard. It's just a simple equation for HP scaling. You just have to take like what is possible to do this boss for at base health, and then go like, okay, how can we make it still really difficult for a group of 65 organized people in a Discord? Because I feel like 65 random people doing a dungeon, like 03, is different from 65 people in a Discord doing 03, because they'll have all the buff classes, they'll have like assassins with Crystal Fang, they'll for sure have armor breaks, they'll bring top DPS warriors. It's just like, there's such an advantage to doing it in these Discords that they can't really account for. But I feel like just for the large numbers in general, they should be scaling bosses so that they don't just get run over. Like, the Parasite event was dumb. You do the boss for 5 seconds and then hit a chest.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see if they do more guild things. That Tomb Runner thing they did was pretty cool, but they chose literally the worst dungeon to do a speedrun out of because it's so RNG based. But I hope they do more guild things like that. That'll be really cool.
I thought it would be interesting if bosses would gain new phases for more people that there are. If like the fight would actually sort of change, and that would be a way of making it harder instead of just giving it more health or whatever, or it would gain status effects, or it would armor itself more.
I'm pretty sure they did that in Marble Colossus during 1.0.
They did?
I don't remember if it was 1.0 or 2.0, but there was like there was something that would happen with the boss if it was only one person in comparison to 2, and then after 10 it would just start doing some crazy shit that it already does in groups.
Okay.
I don't remember if they removed that or not.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't think I encountered that, so I don't know.
That's actually such a great idea. I never thought about that before.
But now with Exalt, I feel like, heck, it may have even been possible on Flash, but on Exalt, definitely. I think that could be at least possible, even if they don't do it, but...
Everything is possible now.
Yeah, we have a lot we can do. But yeah, I think that would be a great way to spice up the fight a bit, or at least help counteract large groups from steamrolling it. Like put in a phase that's intentionally made for just steamrolling the players this time.
What are your guys' opinions on changes to pets?
Please.
Oh yeah, but
because I have a really controversial opinion.
I did too once, and I had to take my video down because people hated
really?
it.
What was yours?
I think I said I wanted to make them permadeath.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh my god, that actually isn't a bad idea.
There's an argument to be made, and in that video I was like, okay, I understand that's a bit extreme. So how about it levels up with you too to compensate? Like as you gain experience, the pet would gain it. But
yeah, that's true. I think if there wasn't hacking, that would actually be good. The permadeath pets, I wouldn't mind that. But like I've got a really controversial idea because I've got 100, right? And so I took a lot of effort to make this. I still would, if I had the power, delete all pets from the game, because I think it would just be so healthy.
I feel like they make too much money from pets. I'm not going to say it's their main revenue. It might be keys, but I mean, like, it's a considerable portion. God, it's got to be at least like 5 to 10%, which is, you're already talking about pretty big margins. Like, that's paying your lawyers.
And a lot of people like them. I actually think a majority of players would say to keep them in, which, was sort of the opposite back when, a couple years ago.
I just think that you should heal less when you get hit. So it's like a lighter pet stasis, like maybe heal half if you get hit by, we've talked about this in previous episodes, but just like doing less healing if you get hit by high damage shots, like above 35.
Did you see that proposed change that Deca announced? Like, it wasn't going to be a set change. It was called like out of combat nerf.
I heard someone writing that.
That's basically what Refugul said.
Yeah, we've discussed it on this podcast numerous times.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I will keep reiterating it because it's a feature I'm strongly in agreement of. Although I feel like a fifth of the healing is a little bit too much. You're taking a huge portion out of the pet. It's like, why do you have it? But still, I like it because it encourages people to dodge rather than I can face tank this with Paladin.
That's gonna be like the hardest thing that Deca's been given. They have to continue making this game after pets came out.
Yeah, by the way, something I really have to praise Deca for while we're on the topic of pay to win, they only just started to more increase the options for like non-pay to win type of purchases. Like with the whites that they just, with those, I'm not sure how you call them, but those gems that you can add to whites, that was like another attempt for them to make a revenue stream without giving the player more power, if that makes sense. I'm really happy that they started doing that, and I hope they do that more, because hopefully someday in the future, there won't be like STs that you can buy and pet. Maybe one day in the future. I've had heaps of ideas for like pay to win kind of gold options. Like if you can like, it would be so cool if you could have like a house in this game or like decorate your guild hall by paying gold. That would be so much better than like pay to win options.
Yeah, people love cosmetic stuff. I mean, even if you could buy skins using actual currency.
They've beaten skins to such a pulp. Like I don't think they can do skins much longer. They released so many new skins. It's good that they're bringing out new ideas.
The box mechanic.
Oh yeah.
Like open a box, have a chance of getting it. I do like that they have been putting out these packs that are like, oh yeah, you can get the pet skin and the skin for this event, but they're up to $50 usually. Like, do you want to spend $50 on a skin and a pet skin? I wouldn't even spend $50 on one in Dota. And those cosmetics are really nice.
But I'm really excited to see because it looks like they're actually trying to sway away from the pay-to-win options for gold.
And hopefully the more popular that the game gets, they won't have to rely on that stuff anymore as income. And so then they can focus on just improving the game. Because
they really need to change, sway it away from that. Because I don't know if you guys remember that video, but the top 10 most pay-to-win games, oh my god.
Oh yeah, I remember there was a...
Oh, the Watch Mojo one?
Yeah, there was like 10 other worst pay-to-win games. Number 9, Realm of the Mad God. And they're just showing my commentary.
Oh yeah, true, you featured in it, famous.
Yeah, it's so funny. I thought they were gonna like play my voice or something. I'm like, what? But no, it was just their voiceover.
You should sue them.
I mean, they didn't ask. But whatever.
Sue them.
You could at least link it. Well, I mean, they put the name right there, so
yeah, that's
it's technically exposure.
Yeah.
Although maybe it's not. Maybe it's not positive exposure. So you want to watch this guy play a terrible game?
I wonder how many people actually started watching. Probably 0. No, I feel like nobody would just see that and go like, oh, maybe I should play Realm of the Mad God.
The video itself didn't even. That video in particular doesn't even have that many views for their channel size. It's like 200,000 or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they usually make the millions on like top 10 Skyrim glitches or whatever.
Yeah, not 10 other pay-to-win. Well, I think it might have been more specific to like RPGs.
This podcast was brought to you by WatchMojo.com.
Yeah.
This podcast was sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the future of Realm, especially content creation. There's so many new people now.
Yeah, there's a lot of new faces.
I've seen so many returning players recently, and then on top of that, the new players. It's really nice seeing Realm have like a much bigger player base in which like US West 4 isn't just the half-empty Realm and then like 20 people in the other one. People are actually playing the game now. You don't have to like switch to the trading servers if you want to actually play the game because the realms are empty.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it's a full game right now. It feels full of life, full of player activity.
I'm still waiting for Talwar's next stream though. I'm so excited. I still have his stream page open for when he goes live.
When the day comes.
And when are we doing a Duo Void? I've been waiting, man.
Oh shoot, at your own risk.
If you ever want more YouTube content, I'll always be keen.
If that testing server opens back up, I got some void keys.
No need to be scared. We got this. We got this, man. But yeah, I think we can do it if you ever can. Because I've done much harder versions. 4-man Petless Void was definitely my hardest thing that I've done this game, I think. Whenever you're free, I'm down. I really hope they do add that like the house feature. That would be so cool. Like, I don't know if you guys, I've never been a RuneScape member, but I've just seen it through videos. Like, you can have your own house and you like can pay to make it look cooler. I think that would work wonders because like I know free to play games requires whales for most of their revenue, which is basically the people that spend the most.
Okay.
And I feel like they would go ham.
There should be like a community guild vault. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I can't believe they haven't done that yet.
Yeah, it would be really nice to just like throw some cosmics in there, and then like if in case anybody dies, like, oh look, there's some wizard gear in here that we could pick up.
I know this is anti-TOS, but this is the joke. My guild actually was about to do like, we would have accounts where we would do that. So we'd have accounts where they're like community chests, but it's just so much effort.
We hypothetically did the same thing before as well in Tide Army.
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
It's just so much effort. I hope they make it that we don't have to do that.
Yeah, hypothetically.
Yeah. Hypothetically, of course.
Yeah. I feel like the only way they could really bring back UT trading is if they did like NPC trading. But there was like with the Alchemist or the Tinkerer, you could trade in like other UTs of equal value and swap them out for like whatever UT's in rotation that
I'm pretty sure
month.
they're committing to that. Because the only issue they had is the technicality side of things. Like, they even had the values of the items assigned.
Really?
Yeah, so it's almost guaranteed to come out, I feel like.
Very cool.
My recommendation for everyone is to not feed whites, because you never know what whites you could get from them in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm holding on to them for as long as I can until I have storage issues. I know that's the main issue for everyone.
It really is. Because they're going to have to gauge what is worth what pretty well, because obviously certain UTs are more valuable than others.
You can probably find it on Reddit, because they have posted the full list of the proposed values to everything. This brings up something really that annoys me a lot. I've dropped so many gemstones in my life to find out that you can change them into crowns in the future, and also that you can feed them for 1200 feed power with the new change. Yeah. Hurts.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like they could buff feed power way more.
I've dropped 4 marble seals.
Oh no. Something that's really sickens me is I got a 100 legit, like without spending any money. 100 heal, 100 magic heal. And that's mainly because they were so generous with feed power in the past. Well, I don't know if it was generous. It's generous now, like relatively, because before there was like OT events where you would get like Oreo cookies so often. Now it's so hard to get feed power. So I feel so bad for newer players because getting legit divines now is a lot harder than before.
That's true. They could make pet food just drop somewhere as opposed to realm gold dropping. Hey, they get from the Cave of 1,000 Treasures, he drops pet food. How about that?
Like, if they times every UT by 5 times the feed power, I don't think that would be like unbalanced or anything, because it's so hard.
No, yeah. I mean, yeah, like if event whites were, well, aside from Reikatana, were like 10k, I don't really think anyone would even feed them.
Yeah, like even if the jug was 10k feed power, I think people would still struggle with deciding what to do with the item. Like, if they should keep it or feed it.
Unless they have like 8 extras, but who has that many?
Yeah, I don't know how duping would affect that, like a single account.
Oh, you don't want to know what people do with duping, man. It's so bad. Like, I know a lot of people, if someone, I shouldn't talk about it, actually. I don't want to advertise it. Never mind. I can tell you off stream, but basically, crazy things.
Well, yeah, I mean, people can probably dupe pet food, I imagine.
Yeah, that's where I was getting at.
Yeah, so it would be, I guess it's the same thing then. So yeah, why not just buff feed power for all the legit players?
Well, now that we've gone this far, we can I can tell you that you can save 90% of your money by duping feed power or vault chests or character slots.
And then just having an account with like all the vaults unlocked and then like a max divine pet, and that's what some RWT sites do.
Knowing that, I still prefer to support the supporters, even if it wasn't anti-TOS. Support the developers, I mean. That's just something crazy you can do. I hope Exalt changes things, but yeah, as I said before, that guy that I was talking to casually that does dupe, he's probably the biggest duper in Realm right now. He said that he's not too concerned about Unity.
What do you think about the community's hardline outlook of you?
Wait, what does hardline exactly mean? I have a bit of an idea.
Like, love it or hate it.
I actually love, like, making controversial videos. Like, that hacking video was so much fun. Wow. Like, I got so much attention. That night, when I released that video, I told myself I'm not going to sleep until I don't get any messages from Discord. Like, any replies. I was always, like, really cold in my responses. Like, someone would be like, they would ask me a question. I would just make it as cold as I could to try to kill the conversation. I uploaded it at like midnight. I stayed awake until like 8 a.m. It was just so much fun. And getting Deca to respond, that was pretty interesting because I don't think they've done that for too many videos. I was actually really concerned with that video because I thought like I would get attacked a lot more, like personally, because I ended up getting many accounts banned that spent over $5,000. So I was surprised not more happened to me. I was willing to take a bullet for the team. I hope everyone can be on my side in the future. It's so interesting because like what happened was there was a lot of hackers that like changed their mind. Like a lot of people said they started playing legit. And it's so strange because there was a guy, one of the original creators of Maximum Efficiency, the Discord that pretty much got killed. He actually made an announcement. He got banned. One of the announcements he made in the Maximum Efficiency server was saying how much he loved this video, and he spread it to the whole Discord. And then moments later, he also made a petition on stopping hacking, which is really weird because he was one of the biggest ones. So
you conformed him.
But I don't think the community is too hardlined. It's literally just like the only people that really hate me is like a few select hackers. And by the way, I can't express enough how much I love getting toxic people in my stream. It is so fun. It's so interesting. It's just like mundane farming, and then a toxic guy comes in and he spices everything up. I always get annoyed when people time out or ban people in my stream. But
you want to keep them around.
I was talking to Spencer. It's kind of like when you get a shit test from a girl. The people love to come into streams and try to be toxic and try to get a reaction out of you. If you actually play your cards right, they actually end up turning into like a fan. It's really, really weird. I actually really love when I get toxic people because I find it like a challenge to convert them into a fan.
That's incredible. That's like the best outlook you could have on that.
So, in other words, can everyone be toxic in my stream, please? Thank you.
So I can turn you nice.
There's only been a few people that I banned personally. Like, when I was very small, there was like 5 people that came to my stream every day to be toxic. So I had to ban them. Like, they were basically influencing it to be like negative. And the chat was getting really sick of it. So that's the only time that I had to do that. And that was when I only had like 20 viewers. But otherwise, I would never ban people for non-Twitch TOS things. Oh, everyone's saying fuck you in my chat now. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
And they're calling me fat. Thank you.
All right. No, fix them.
No, fix them.
One by one.
Work the magic.
Oh, no. I don't know if I could fix a group, to be honest. That's a challenge. That's a new challenge.
What do I pay you for?
One day, hopefully I can do that.
Thank you to our patrons, MG Oryx and Adam Shogun. If you want to email us with inquiries, our email is contact@decadebrief.com. Shout out to DJ Kwan, who produced our intro and outro music, and thank you so much to our guests for coming on.
No problem. It was our pleasure.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
I'll catch you guys in the next episode, whenever I post.
I can't win.
See ya. I'm the new Talwar here.
That was a tag team outro.